Hello, fast facts for the PMP exam in 2023 is what we'll be covering today. My name's Phil. I got certified as a PMP back in 2005. Back in those days, the exam was a little bit different, so let's talk about the exam today. The exam is governed by the PMI, the Project Management Institute. The PMP exam is 180 questions to be done in 230 minutes. The CapM exam is Certified Associate in Project Management. That is not as rigorous, but it is becoming more rigorous in 2023. More about that later. To get started on your PMP application, check out this channel for the PMP application video where I walk you through everything you need to know about the application. But let's talk about what you need to get certified as a PMP. The requirements are as follows. You need a high school diploma and 5 years of project management experience, and on top of that, 35 hours of formal education. If you have a bachelor's degree or the global equivalent, then you need 3 years of project management experience and 35 hours of formal education in project management, which my course provides for you. So if you're looking to get certified and you're looking for a course, go on down to projectmanagementmasterclass.com and sign up for the next course coming up. Beyond this, people who have been to a particular college called a globally accredited college with a PMI, a GAC, they only need 2 years of experience in project management and 35 hours of education, which our course provides as well. So that's the top level information for qualifications. As far as the exam, it's 180 multiple choice questions. Some of the questions are drag and drop, some of them are select all that apply, but you've got 230 minutes. Only 175 of those questions count because 5 of the questions are more like survey questions, if you will, but you don't know that they are pre-test survey kind of questions used to collect data for the future of the exam. The passing score is currently undisclosed, but think about it like this. To pass the exam, you need to do great in a class of your peers. The PMI also evaluates proficiency levels in the different domains of people, process, and business. So this is how the exam is broken out. It's broken out into people, process, and business. People is 42% of the exam, and that has to do with interpersonal skills, how you communicate, how you lead and interact with people. The process domain is more about the technical parts of project management, like scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communications, and things like that. The business piece is more about understanding how project management interacts and interfaces with business in an organization. The exam can also be broken down into Agile and Hybrid, 50%, and Predictive, 50%. As a result of the heavy mix of Agile and Predictive to give a hybrid, people taking the exam often say the exam is a lot more Agile than they thought. Perhaps because a little sprinkling of Agile changes the whole perception. In my course, you will learn about Agile. You'll learn about what exactly it is, which is a mindset. You'll also learn about Scrum, which is a framework of an Agile nature. More about that when you come into the program. On top of this, you need to understand that you could be in 4 different sections on this continuum. You could be a project manager in a predictive environment or an iterative environment. You could also be involved in an incremental project or an agile project. There's so much to learn on this course that it will take several hours before you finally understand the full scope of the exam. If you were to come on this program, it could start off like this. We send you study aids, we have a kickoff meeting, you begin studying on the learning system before you come into a live class on Zoom. There's weekly checks. We check in with our students to make sure they are actually studying and understanding the content. At the end of the course, there's a mock exam. They take the mock exam. We email a certificate of completion. You complete your application. You send that into the PMI. You get approval to pay for the exam. You pay for the exam and you could be audited, and that just means PMI would ask you for a little bit more information about your studying and your background leading up to the exam, schedule the exam, and you're on your way. Now, this exam, like I said, is not a cakewalk, and it's not cheap. The exam right now costs for members $405 For non-members, at the time I put this together, it was $555. So you can see that it's not chump change. It is significant. So you want to put your best foot forward and make sure that when you're taking the exam, you're truly ready. As far as the question types, you could have drag and drops like this, where you're given more things than boxes, which could make it a little bit tricky. You could also have hotspot questions. You could also have, like I said, multiple choice questions. Now, I'm sure you want to see what those multiple choice questions could pose as far as question length. So let me show you an example or two from my example questions. Now, be aware that the exam is not all about multiple choice choose one. You could have multiple choice choose more than one, like two. Here's an example of an average question. You can see it's got about 4 lines long. Some of the questions could have more lines than this, but on average, this is what you can expect. You are expected to really know the content so that within a minute and a few seconds, you're able to navigate through the exam. So if you have any questions about the PMP exam right now, I would like you to drop a comment below. If you're enjoying this video, I would like you to hit like. I would like you to subscribe to the channel so that you get more information when it is available. Our classes are held all throughout the year. So if you're looking to sign up, just go on down to the Praizion.com site where you can see all of our courses, whether for CapM or PMP. Now for the CapM exam, it is changing in 2023, but the CapM exam requires you have a high school diploma and 23 hours of education in project management. So if you're not eligible to take the PMP, you could think about the CapM. The CapM exam has 150 questions. You got 3 hours. There are 15 pre-test questions, and the questions are referenced to the PMBOK guide. Now will be the 7th edition. But when you come on our program, you realize that our content is curated specially to avoid you jumping from book to book. So we have a book that you can use to study for the exam and get a very firm grasp. If you're wondering whether this is for you, the PMI is a great company to be in, founded in 1969. It's a non-profit. They've got a lot of standardized project management exams and standards practice guides that you can get from their website to help you understand more about project management. The PMP exam has grown in leaps and bounds since 1984 when it was first on the scene with just 40 people. If you zoom in here, you can see there were just 40 certified. But today in 2023, if I was to chart this, my friends, this would go through the roof. You would have a bar going all the way to show 1.2 plus million people. Think about that. 1.2 plus million people are certified as PMPs. So this is good company to be in. In closing, there's an outline called the PMP Exam Content Outline. You can search for it online to get a more robust idea of the exam and the itty-bitty tasks that the PMI would be looking for you to know and understand. The same thing for the CapM exam. And again, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below and go on down to our website, Praizion.com, to learn more about all of our courses. If you want the PMP specifically, you need to go on down to projectmanagementmasterclass.com. And if you are already in the process and you need fine-tuning and tweaking, you can go on down to the site hpmexam.com, and that will take you to our Immersion bootcamp, where people who have been trying to get certified but haven't been able to really get their mojo on and are slowing down, they can come for a top-up. We clean up your act, we get you in ship shape, and no matter which other training you've been for, this will help you really fine-tune your act and beef up your knowledge for the exam. All right? Thank you very much, my friends. I'll see you in another video soon. Bye for now.